neither one of us cares to put forth any effort to reconcile with the other. We are separate, as she put it, because she doesn't care to be my mother any more than I care to be her son. A mother is supposed to be the first woman that a boy falls in love with. I loved my mother very much, but my mother.
He does make it sound like he wanted it. He's trying to dress it up though. Like, yeah, bro, like we know your mother is supposed to be your first nurturer. All of that good stuff. Yeah, we know that, but it sounds like he's still holding on to that hurt. Like, for real, for real. Like, as a grown man, I mean, you can state your truth, but if it seemed like he really got a vendetta, like, was he one of them badass kids who just really wasn't grateful? And Monique washed her hands with him, like, you know what? I'm gonna just let you fend for your own. I'm gonna show you what it's like. Like, you got a mother who's a superstar, and you want to act like this. You ungrateful. I'm gonna let you just go on. You want to go like King ass. You want to go over there with your grandma and be in the hood. Go on over there with them. Then you know what I'm saying? Like,
Sheldon, little bootleg ass studio.
oh, now what's the motherfucking deal? Welcome back to Sheldon's bootleg ass studio. We come to kick it, vibe out, and shoot the shit with Sheldon. I appreciate each and every last one of y'all for pulling up. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Let's go and get up into this video of today. Yes, indeed. So, sort of like the Cat Williams interview, the Monique interview is sending some waves through the internet, you know what I'm saying? And it has not ceased yet. So now we have her son speaking out. So Monique's son is saying that his mom has spread false narratives on Club Shay.
Hi, I am Sheldon. I am a stand-up comedian, Monique's oldest son. I guess I felt the need to make this video to just provide some context into this false narrative about her praying to the universe in order to reconcile our relationship or whatever the hell it is. I wrote it all down so that way I don't go all over the place and get emotional or anything like that. So I'm gonna talk like I'm reading a script, but it's just gonna help me kind of stay together.
I like his transparency, you know what I'm saying? Because some people like me will be dissecting it and be like, that shit looks scripted. I don't think that shit authentic. So I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
To address the Club Shay interview that she did, where she states that she prays to the universe in regards to reconciling our relationship, as I stated, is odd. My mother and I both know that that is a very false narrative, and I would like to free her of having to continue telling that lie. Faith without work is dead, and neither one of us cares to put forth any effort to reconcile with the other. We are separate, as she put it, because she doesn't care to be my mother any more than I care to be her son.
Damn.
Neither one of us has had the desire to reach out to the other in a very long time, and I don't think that either of us anticipates that feeling ever returning. Speaking with my mother directly, in my experience, will either lead to some odd newfound moment of clarity in regards to how she was as my mother, or she retreats back to daddy to move forward with a conversation. And I'm tired of hearing my mother's truths. Newsflash, I'm not sure if people know, but standing in your truth doesn't make you noble. I'm not sure if people are aware of that. But responding this way, I feel as though it allows me to say my piece uninterrupted.
Okay.
To those wondering, well, why say something now? Call it a form of therapy for me, I suppose. But when her daddy had intentionally stated that they have 3 sons, but his wife is on the internet talking about the 4th son in a video that has millions of views, that rubbed me the wrong way. But anyway, to inform a child that you are not interested in being a mother at a time when that kid is the only kid that has the potential to lead a child to believe that you are not interested in them specifically. But to take it a step further, you also admit, my mother had also admitted to me that she didn't do the best job that she could do, which would also make one begin to question, all of your past decisions and prior emotional interactions. But to be completely honest and fair, those were things that I was willing to get over. Nobody's perfect, we're all human. but my mother showed a clear lack of humility, compassion, and consideration when taking any level of accountability for those things. My mother does a fantastic job of acknowledging a lot of things, but she doesn't take accountability very well, and anything that she may take true accountability for, it's only at her convenience, in my experience. But if I had to guess, though, her interest in being a mother probably started around the time that she married her daddy and had his children. But that interest, obviously seemed one-sided, and as it should have been. By that time, I'm in my late teens, so to some degree, the excuse me, the neglect becomes
that shit wild as hell. That man said married her daddy.
easier to hide or validate, I guess you could say. There are now 2 baby boys in the house, that require attention. But still, during that time, however, I still watched her enjoy the love and admiration of total strangers more than my own. To this very day, my mother has never expressed to me when, if ever, she became interested in me as her son. That did lead me down a path of questioning my self-worth and struggling to understand the value of a mother in a child's life.
But when does a mother have to tell you that she's interested in being your mother? Though, like a lot of these celebrities and they children be weird, I'm just saying.
In the interview, she also states that she gave me an apology, but an apology to a son from a mother that consciously showed no interest in him holds no weight. There are still women to this day that my mother will give credit to for being more of a mother to me than she ever could. Her assistant, my cousin, being one of them. Every time, though, that my mother would state that she was right here whenever I was ready, that ideology still blows my mind today, that a person could openly admit to being an uninterested, not put my best foot forward type of parent and be so self-centered that they still express to the kid, you have to come to me when you're ready. You got to come to me for us to make this right. Okay. But I'm not sure what my mother could possibly think that she has shown me in the past or have for me now.
I mean, that's a thing of like it goes both ways regardless. It does. Yes, you would think that the parent would be the one to, extend the olive branch and try to mend things, but it doesn't necessarily have to go that way. You can be the bigger person. I mean, one of y'all gonna have to leave this earth before the other. Have you thought that far? How would you feel if that was to happen? Dang, I should have, I should have, would have, could have. Have you thought that far? And if you okay with, how far you thought, then shit, do what go for what you know.
It's not money, goodness gracious, that would make me want to come to her or whatever those feelings are supposed to be. A mother is supposed to be the first woman that a boy falls in love with. I loved my mother very much, but my mother.
He does make it sound like he wanted it. He's trying to dress it up though. Like, yeah, bro, like we know your mother is supposed to be your first nurturer. All of that good stuff. Yeah, we know that, but it sounds like he's still holding on to that hurt. Like, for real. Like, as a grown man, I mean, you can state your truth, but if it seemed like he really got a vendetta, like, was he one of them badass kids who just really wasn't grateful? And Monique washed her hands with him, like, you know what, I'm going to just let you fend for your own. I'm going to show you what it's like. Like, you got a mother who's a superstar, and you want to act like this. You ungrateful. I'm going to let you just go on. You want to go like king ass. You want to go over there with your grandma and be in the hood? Go on over there with them then. You know what I'm saying? Like, is he one of them? I don't know. I'm just asking. I'm raising the question.
Loved things more than she loved me. And she would validate her love for me by giving me things and would proceed to call me ungrateful or inconsiderate if said things did not have the desired effect. I couldn't imagine what
He
it's
Monique's son, all right, because they both can play on those emotions and try to reel you in, and got that sob story to they both can do that.
like to be her, though. To ask God for what you want, and then He gives you what you need, though, only for you to ignore it and have the audacity to ask God for something else. And I'm glad I don't. I'm glad I didn't do that. And when He told you no, you went to the universe instead. By no means, though, do I want to give off any type of an impression that I am a victim of anything. It's not the case. As you can see, I'm smiling from ear to ear. I'm alive. I'm happy. I'm a dad. I'm healthy, I think. I drink a lot of water. I'm getting over a cold now. I still have my days just like everybody else. And, there were a few things that she did teach me along the way. I did learn how not to love from my mother. I also learned to make sure
She didn't teach you Nathan, not a damn thing. Goddamn, she taught you how not to love God.
that I never lose
No
so
credit
much of who
for
I
nothing.
am that I have to validate it through another person. And though I feel as though, in hindsight, I think she did it reluctantly. I do appreciate my mother, for showing me what the top of the mountain looks like. You know what I'm saying? It did give me perspective on what hard work and dedication can get you, but I don't want something like that at the cost of giving up something that I created. I don't want it that bad. And speaking of creations, I genuinely
Giving up, what you talking about? You speaking in codes? Say it, spit it out. Cause what are you saying? We don't know what you talking about. What did you create, bro? You talking about your soul or what? Like I don't know what you're talking about. You talking about your kids? You talking about you don't want that because she? Okay, I guess that's what it is. You saying since she achieved so much success, she didn't want her kids. Oh, okay. Which she created.
I really did want my mother to have a relationship with my daughter. I even fought through those intrusive thoughts that were, if she wasn't interested in you, what makes you think she's going to be interested in your kid? But it took my mother no time at all to prove that those intrusive thoughts were correct. But what I can say, good for her, the universe did, bless her with three other sons. And God willing, I'm sure that all three of them are adults now. So I'm sure that one of them, God willing, if not all three of them, will make her the grandmother that she wants to be. I still look forward, to that moment for her. But overall, when it comes to the boys, though, I am happy that whenever they do hear me talk, sorry, my phone did something weird, but whenever they hear me talk, they don't know what it is. They can't relate to what it is that I'm saying. My experience with my mother is not their experience with our mother. So my prayer for her and them is that they continue to see her the way that they see her now. I do also want to make sure that I say thank you to my mother for giving me life. Without that moment in time, I wouldn't have had my little one. But outside of that moment, there isn't anything that either of us has to offer the other. In my opinion, it's a waste of God's time and the universe's time for praying for something that you are not willing to put forth any effort to obtain. Putting the work into becoming Monique is more important to my mother than being my mother. And I do not believe that it was never about her being there and waiting for me, but it was supposed to be about me being there and waiting for her. My mother's value had reached such a low point in my life that I no longer found it necessary to either want to wait for her or even go to her. But like I said, man, I'm super grateful that she has the opportunity to do it all over again. I'm happy for her. I hope the Cat Williams tour goes well, but the narrative that she prays for us to reconcile is a false narrative. It's not real.
How you know what she pray for though?
She stopped saying stuff like that.
Ha ha ha! Hold on, I gotta make him over there.
She prays for us to reconcile is a false narrative. It's not real, not appreciated if she stopped saying stuff like that.
The way he said that, man, that was wild, man. How you know what she pray for? Though?
Sheldon,
How you know what a
little
mother
bootleg
prays
ass
for? How you know that, man? And then another thing, like if you heard this Club Shay Shay interview and she said what she said, why not just call her on some genuine shit and try to reconcile it then? Be like, okay, mama said she was praying that we, reconcile our relationship. Maybe she have been praying. I never thought about reconciling our relationship, but if this was been on her heart, I would like to do so before it's all said and done, because she may leave this earth next week, tomorrow, who knows? I may go, we don't know. So let's just go ahead and see what mama talking about. I'm gonna call and see. Oh, you still on that same old stuff? Oh, you were pump faking? Oh, and then make your video and air out. Then be like, nah, mama was pump faking. She was lying like a bitch. I was trying to reconcile with her. I called the phone after I heard the interview, but she was on that same old janky stuff. So it was just for show, y'all. It was all fake. You know what I'm saying? All that, my babies and stuff like that. It was fake. She ain't, Why not that? Why not that? Why she got to be the one? Why she got to be the one, man? Like, we got to quit that. If it's something that's right and there's something that's right, why not you just do what's right for you and you do it? You ain't got to wait on nobody else. You see what I'm saying? And then if they don't do their part, then they don't do their part. I tried to extend the olive branch. They cut me off. Boom, that's what it is. Fuck it. I tried to give it a go. Why not? What's it gonna hurt? It's gonna cost you nothing but your pride. That's it. Anyway, I digress. If you vibed all the way out to the end, I really do appreciate you. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, you feel me? Make sure you subscribe or follow me on Facebook on my backup page, SheldonVybez. Reloaded, help me get to 5,000 followers over yonder on God, indubitably. But yes, indeed, until next time, I'm SheldonVybez. I need y'all to be cool out the other side of the pillow. Stay light on your toes like you supposed. Oh yeah, no.
If you ain't fucking with my nigga Sheldon, nigga, fuck you. Yeah.
God.